Hello, I will now read Mark chapter 13, about the same period. That means the end of the age. And we'll point out a few similarities and maybe some differences between Mark's description and Matthew's description. But I will basically read Mark 13, verse 3 to verse 13. And then I will continue down to verse 28 and read to 37. Now as he sat on the Mount of Olives opposite of the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us, when will these things be, and what will be the sign when all these things will be fulfilled?" And Jesus, answering them, began to say, "Take heed that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and will deceive many. But when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be troubled, for such things must happen, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be earthquakes in various places, and there will be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. But watch out for yourselves, for they will deliver you to councils, and you will be beaten in the synagogues. You will be brought before the rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony to them. And the gospel must first be preached to all the nations. But when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not worry beforehand or premeditate what you will speak. But whatever is given you in that hour, speak that, for it is not you who speak, but the Holy Spirit. Now brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. Now I want to jump down to verse 28. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see these things happening, know that it is near at the doors. Assuredly, I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, my words will by no means pass away. But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch and pray, for you do not know when the time is. It is like a man going to a far country, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to each his work, and he commanded the doorkeeper to watch. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, at midnight, at the crowing of the rooster, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And that I say to you all, watch. Alright, so I will start with highlighting what I see as the similarities here. And these are, of course, that deception is emphasized also from the start. And he also mentions the wars and other troubling things. And also he mentions here about people turning against each other. That means believers and families. And also you see down here with the fig tree. The fig tree is again the rise of the nation of Israel. And at the end he also, emphasizes to keep watching and making sure that you know what time you're living in, and that's about similarities, I think. If you watch the differences, there are some more emphasis in Mark here. That is, for instance, Mark explicitly tells who asked him. That's interesting, but also a difference that I see here is that he mentions that more explicitly what will happen here, like he will be beaten in the synagogues, he will be brought before rulers and kings, and the reason for that is to be a testimony to them. And also that here Mark notes that he said that we should not plan in beforehand what to speak or say, but whatever is given. That means basically, if there's something I want to say, I will give you the word to say. Otherwise, I guess we're told to be quiet. Also, here is a bit more different when it comes to explaining about the brothers hating each other. It tells that brother will betray brother to death here. And that wasn't mentioned in Matthew. And the same with the father and his child, and children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. Which I think is interesting. Also, the end here is Mark is more emphasizing on Jesus Christ, while Matthew said, like, we see here, he said that in this one, I was thinking of this one, that the master of the house, if the master of the house had known what the hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. While in Mark, it's more emphasizing that Jesus Christ is leaving for a while and asking his servants, to take care of certain things. And it's also commanded with a warning that make sure you know what time you're living in, And why? Because he will come suddenly. This is what I see here. And if he finds you sleeping, well, that is not going to end up well. So that is it about that. And next I will check a little bit about what Luke says as well. Then I will go into Days of Noah and also a bit of Days of Lot. So, thanks for listening.